What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here. And after Islam Makhachev beat Alexander Volkanovski for the second time, to be honest, I kind of wanted the UFC to kind of go towards Makhachev versus Gaethje because we've already kind of seen the Oliveira fight, and it wasn't that competitive. But the UFC is now looking to make this fight or rebook it, Oliveira versus Makhachev 2. And, instead of just kind of writing off Charles Oliveira, I thought, what, might as well come up with some ways that I think he could beat Islam Makhachev. This is similar to my How the Underdog Wins series, but slightly different because we're not in a fight week. This fight hasn't been officially announced. But just an early preview, I'm just going to go over some basic stuff. And the first thing I'm going to say that Charles Oliveira can do to beat Islam Makhachev is to match Islam with kicks as well. Like Islam Makhachev, he has some really good kicks. He's demonstrated that in his last fight. It's a huge part of his striking arsenal, but not a lot of people kick him because of the fear of getting taken down, right? But Charles Oliveira, from their first fight, he showed that, on the ground, he can find his way back up. It's not life or death. So go for some leg kicks, go for some body kicks here and there, and then go for the head kicks. And he did that very well against Beneil Dariush, so he should implement it against Islam Makhachev too. The next time I'm going to say it's kind of similar to what he did in the first fight, and use your grappling defensively. There was some times where I think there was a point in the fight where Oliveira was attacked, initiating the grappling sequences, and he got reversed by Islam. He got he ended up on the ground. So use your grappling purely defensively. Don't attempt grappling unless he's backed up against the fence, but more on that later. The next thing I'm gonna say is use McGregor pressure tactics. A lot of the time, Conor McGregor was a pressure fighter against orthodox fighters, but no orthodox fighter does that, mimics that style, because they could do it against southpaw opponents as well. So Oliveira, we already know he's gonna pressure Islam. Pressure him, but don't throw anything. What I mean by the Conor McGregor pressure tactic is you're pressuring him, throwing feints, but you're not really throwing shots. You're kind of waiting for your perfect spot and kind of wait for your opponent to throw and then intercept them. You don't have to do that. You can just pressure them without doing anything and then catch Islam with something. That's what Volkanovski did. That's what he figured out about Islam. The last thing I'm going to say is when Islam is back up to the fence, throw some power shots on him. Attempt some takedowns. Islam Makhachev gets a bit jittery when he gets back up to the fence, so that's when you unload shots on him. But we'll see. I hope Oliveira beats him.